Good morning. Hello, how are you all today? Good morning, friends. I'm so glad to see so many of our friends are here to see Silly Safaris. I'm going to give everyone just a minute to log on. So, but yay, I'm so glad you guys are in for a real treat. I love Silly Safaris. They're one of my favorite things to host, and I'm super excited to have Amazon John here. So, all right. My name is Miss Shannon. I'm with the Oldham County Public Library. If you haven't already gotten your summer reading program booklet, you can come by anytime. Yay, I'm so glad you guys are excited. You can come by anytime and get your summer reading program booklet. There are reading logs in here for all ages up through 5th grade. And then there's information about our teen and adult summer reading program in here as well. There's a way for you to track your reading. At the end, you guys get to choose a free book, and you get to get a ticket to the Sauerback Family Drive-In. And along the way, you get to earn beads and brag tags. So we really hope you guys have fun doing that. And if you ever have any questions, you can just let me know. You can call us and we'll be happy to walk you through whatever you need. So, okay, so I am gonna turn this over to Amazon John, but before I do, I want to let you know that you guys can use the chat feature, like our friends William and Caleb just said hello. You can use the chat feature to ask questions. You can also use the Q&A to ask questions of Amazon John as well. So, but you guys enjoy. I think you're in for a real treat.
Hey,
Thanks.
thank you so much, Miss Shannon. Boy, do your librarians love you, everybody. And thanks so much for joining us here on our beautiful Zoom program. I am Amazon John. You're here with me in the Silly Safari studio, and I have already to show you here your favorite animal. This is a bug. He's a bug. Hello, don't insects have great big long antennae? Yes, they do. And don't insects have big fat heads? Big giant heads? Yes, they do. And how many legs does an insect have? 6. Count them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, you only have 4 legs. You told me you were a bug. You're not a bug. You're a dog. And he's a dog with a really great tail. It's a curly cute tail because he is a bug. A bug is a Boston Terrier pug mix, which explains why his face is all scrunched up. His name is Bugsy, and he's with me today, not just with his crazy curly cute tail, but with another tail, one of my favorite tails from my favorite children's author, Jan Brett. This tale is called The First Dog. It was Caveman who first saw wolves hunting, and Caveman said, oh, I'm sorry. You don't speak caveman, do you? Let me translate. Caveman said, whoa, look at those things hunt. I have got to get one of them. And when Mama Wolf wasn't looking, he took a puppy back to his cave. He raised it upright. The first dog. He loved that dog so much, he found another wolf pack. He took another wolf puppy. Before you know it, all the cave people had their dogs. Fast forward a few thousand years, and now you get dogs. Every shape, size, and color. Who's got a dog at home? See? All because The First Dog. It's a great book, and you should check it out as our first tale. Bugsy is going to go take a nap, and I have even more tales and tales to show you. And I have to tell you, as much as I think a lot of us wish we were together in person, this Zoom format, actually pretty fun. There's a lot of things that I can do with you today that we can't do at the library. If you're in the back row, I can certainly show you some things with my camera here up close and personal. But I do have to warn you, this next animal I have for you, he's fast. What are you jumping for? Switch to decaf. He's a great, big, giant, super duper, very fast tortoise. And yes, I know you can see he's a small little guy. He fits in the top of my hand. He's a brand new addition to Silly Safaris, but even though he's small, look how big he looks when I hold him close. He's a red-footed tortoise. His name is Shelby. Hey, do you know why the tortoise crossed the road? To get to the Shell station. It's in Shelbyville. Wait a second. You don't think he's fast? Oh, okay. Okay, fine. Watch this. Look at him go. Okay, fine. You caught me. He's not very fast. But the reason is because before he can even take a step, he has to do a push-up. You see, beloved, a tortoise is a turtle that lives on the land. A turtle lives in and near the water. So of course he's not fast because he has to lift his whole body weight up off the ground before he can even take a step. Okay, then tell me this. Just how did the tortoise ever beat the bunny rabbit in a race? Oh, listen to you. He's so cute. You don't even know this bunny rabbit's name. Little Bunny Foo-Foo. That's right. I know you know the song. Little bunny foo-foo hopping through the forest, scooping up the measly mice, bopping them on the head. Oh, are you okay? That bunny just bopped you on the head. Do you see that right there? That's his lucky rabbit's foot. It's lucky because it's still there. Hey, I think it was the Native Americans that gave us the idea of a lucky rabbit's foot because they watched the bunny rabbit outrun so many predators, hawks and foxes and coyotes and stuff. Because yeah, we all know bunny rabbits are fast. In fact, I think that reminds me of another tale, one of Aesop's fables. Oh, Rabbit knew he was fast. He was the fastest animal in the forest. The problem was he was just a little too proud and he loved showing off to everybody. I'm faster than you are, Rabbit would say. I'm the fastest animal in the forest. Oh, he challenged everybody to a race in the woods. He challenged elk, he won. He challenged deer, he won. Possum, raccoon, he won. Suddenly, there was no one else to race. And he came upon the tortoise. Rabbit couldn't help himself. Ha, you're so slow, hard shell. I could beat you in a race. Well, tortoise, he'd had enough of watching Rabbit make fun of all of his friends, so he got an idea. He said, I could beat you in a race. What? You beat me? Ha! We race tomorrow, high noon at the library. And everybody came out on the Zoom program to watch the race between the tortoise and the hare. Are you ready? No wagering. Here we go. On your mark. Get set. That's cheating. Go. Go. Yay! Okay, fine. Well, in the story of the tortoise and the hare, did the bunny rabbit care about winning? No, if he did, he would have done what you would do. He would have crossed the finish line and cheered his friends on. Come on, tortoise, you can do it. Come on, come on, come on. Is that what the bunny rabbit did? No, instead, he got to the finish line and he curled up and took a nap because he wanted to see the look on Tortoise's face when he won the race. But what Bunny Rabbit didn't know, step by step, little by little, persevering, doing your personal best, Tortoise finally made his way and crossed the finish line. And everybody goes, hooray! And it woke Rabbit up and he realized he had lost the race between the tortoise and the hare. That's one of Aesop's fables. And my favorite thing about Aesop's fables is every fable has a moral to the story. If I say slow and steady, you say wins the race. That's right. And spoken another way, no matter how much you want to read this summer, even if it's a really big book, you still have to read it one page at a time. That's why we're tracking our hours and staying close to your favorite librarians because they're going to help you with some phenomenal prizes at the end of the summer. Everybody say goodbye, tortoise. And goodbye, little bunny foo-foo. I love Aesop's fables because there's such wonderful stories. Oh, and here's a fun fact that not everybody knows. Aesop lived in Greece, right? Aesop is the Greek name. But did you know that Aesop wasn't from Greece? He was African. That's right. And the stories that he told, They were from the animals that he saw in Ethiopia where he lived. In fact, he actually gained his freedom from being a slave in Greece because he was so good at telling stories. See, by being a great entertainer, people came from all over the world to hear Aesop in Delphi tell his stories. That's pretty cool. In fact, I've got one more of Aesop's fables I want to share with you. But before I do, I got to ask you, if you like the tortoise better than the hare, raise your hand. Okay, I'm feeling the love. I only saw a few hands. Raise your hand if you like the hare better than the tortoise. Yeah, no surprise. Who likes my dog best of all? I know you're out there. It's good to have a favorite animal. You have a favorite book, a favorite kind of story. You have a favorite librarian. We love to have favorites. It's how we appreciate the world around us. You just have to remember, in nature, every animal's different. Every animal's special. And today, my favorite animal, oh, he's been at your library before. That's right. And at the library, she flies over your head. This is a crow. Yeah, she's an African pied crow. Pied, pied. It's not because you put him in a pie. I've never eaten crow. Okay, maybe I have, but it's not the same. See, sometimes we tell a tale to learn how we feel about animals. And sometimes how we feel about animals comes from one of those expressions. Oh, now you're going to have to eat crow, somebody might say to you. It means you did something wrong, you said something wrong, and you have to take it back. Yeah, I've eaten crow before, just not this one. Isn't she gorgeous? I love her pretty feathers. Oh, and don't worry, you don't have to go to Africa if you want to see a crow. On your next trip to the library to check out books, maybe one of Aesop's fables, you will see a crow right there in Kentucky, probably on the side of the road. What's he going to be doing? Eating dead stuff. You can make all the faces you want to, beloved, but that's our job. You will always see a crow on the side of the road eating dead animals. But you know what? You never see a dead crow, do you? You know why that is? Oh, I know. You'll never see a dead crow on the side of the road because there's always another crow somewhere close by up in a tree screaming, car, car, car. No, you don't have one more in you? I love the crow. Isn't she a beautiful bird? Yeah. And I think most birds, they kind of know how special they are. They know just how beautiful their feathers can be. I'm going to put the crow back on her perch because talking about beauty is the reminder of another Aesop's fables. And this one is called The Fox and the Crow. Check it out, everybody. Here's an advantage to a Zoom program to Kentucky. Your beautiful, wonderful Commonwealth of Kentucky will not let me come into your state with the fox. We're in Indianapolis, and Kentucky won't let me travel to your state with the fox. But on a Zoom program, check him out. You get to meet him. Everybody, this is Kit. We named him Kit because a baby fox is called a kit. Yeah. Do you know what the mama fox is called? A vixen. Oh, we have Kit and his brother because, you know, dogs are pack animals. You got to get them in a pair, right? Or a group anyway. We got Kit and his brother is Cat. Because who doesn't like a Kit Kat? And we named him Cat. A lot of people think that the fox is a cat. It's not. It's the world's smallest wild dog, a fennec fox, smallest wild dog. Let me spell that for you. Fennec fox, fennec fox. He's not a Mexican chihuahua. Oh, sorry, chihuahua. Forgive me, guys. I'm hooked on phonics. Oh, it's not a problem. I just like to read. Hey, the first thing everybody notices about the fox are what? His ears. You could tell that Aesop would have seen the fox playing in Africa. Look at his beautiful coat. He reminds me of the desert sand in the sub-Saharan desert right there in Ethiopia. These ears help him stay cool. Hey, when you go to the zoo on a hot day, what's the elephant doing? Flapping his ears. Well, having big ears in the desert helps you stay cool. But look at something else, guys. Do you see the feet? Look at all the fur on the bottom of that foot. Hey, who wants to have furry slippers in the desert? The fox does. Yeah, because as he's running around hunting at night, he doesn't want to sink in the sand. No. So those furry feet are kind of like the Arctic fox's feet. Arctic fox would have furry feet to keep him from sinking in the snow, but the Finnic fox has furry feet to keep him from sinking in the sand. Oh, and keeps the pads of his feet from getting burned by the hot sand too. Cat Kit here today is wiggly. He's excited because he knows I'm about to tell you the story of the fox and the crow. He would much rather me set him down on the floor of the office and run around, but if I did that, I might not be able to catch them. They're so fast. They're such great hunters. And Fox had been up all night. They come out at night. He had been hunting, but he'd come up empty. It was morning, and he was going back to his den under the sand to stay cool when he saw it. Crow sitting in a tree with a piece of cheese in his beak. Don't ask me how a crow finds cheese in the desert. It's a story, people. Work with me. Fox got an idea. He wanted that cheese. So he said to the crow, he said, "Hello, you big, beautiful bird. I love your beautiful feathers. It's good to see you on this beautiful sunny morning. Hey, I bet you have a beautiful voice to go with those gorgeous feathers. Would you mind singing me a song, you big, beautiful bird?" And the crow, who was so flattered by all the compliments, thought, "Yeah, I could sing you a song." And when she opened up her beak, the piece of cheese fell down and went right into the fox's mouth. Fox got the breakfast, and Crow learned another moral. Be careful of flattery and compliments, because sometimes the person giving them to you has an ulterior motive, like wanting the cheese. Everybody say goodbye, Kit. Kit the baby fox. I know you're wiggly. You want to play. We got these foxes the very first week of this year. So that guy, he's full grown, but he is just a baby fox. I love Aesop's fables, but sometimes I like a good fairy tale too. And this next animal does not have scales. He does not have fur. He does not even have feathers, because this next animal is covered with slime. Is it a snake? Nah, snakes have scales. Is it a snail or slug? Whatever he is slippery and wet and slimy, because he's a great big giant African bullfrog. Look at him. Isn't he great? Hey, if you've seen us at the library, you've met Bubba before. Well, think of this as like Bubba Jr. He's actually not even a full-grown frog yet. Hey, you know, frogs and toads lay eggs, right? And when they come out of their egg, they're called a tadpole. They look like a fish. They have a tail, right? Tails, tails. And they lose their tail and they grow their legs and feet, and then they're a frog, but they're not an adult yet. Here's a new word. Bubba Jr. here is called a froglet. A froglet. A kit is a baby fox. A froglet is still a young, like toddler aged frog. But this guy here, he's going to grow. Oh, he's going to get big. But if he's going to get big, he's going to have to eat. And let me tell you something. Where he lives, on the plains of Africa, another place where Aesop would have seen him, it rains every day for months. When it's raining, Bubba Jr. is happy. He has a great big puddle. He likes his puddle. That puddle is his home. But then the dry season, and it stops raining. For 7 months, it doesn't rain. Bubba get worried. Bubba need his puddle. Bubba can't live without his puddle. When it stops raining, Bubba get worried. What do you think, everyone? Can Bubba hop to another puddle? No, Bubba too big. Can Bubba run? I love that part. No, Bubba too big. Can Bubba swim to another puddle? No, say it with me. Bubba too big. And we're not making fun of him. It's just, look at him. He's not that kind of frog. Nobody's good at everything. I'm not the best reader watching this program right now either. You guys like to read. Nobody's good at everything, but everybody's good at something. You want to know what Bubba good at doing? Sitting. Bubba sit. Oh, Bubba wait. Bubba eat a lot. Notice something. His eyes are on top of his head. If it comes to the puddle and he can grab it and swallow it whole, oh, he'll eat it up. Check it out. He'll eat other frogs, lizards, birds, snakes, mice. That's what we feed him every Sunday after church. Bubba he just grabs it. What are you jumping for? He gobbles it up and he grows. Today he's a froglet, but if he's going to grow, he's going to have to eat, which is why on Zoom today, I thought it would be fun if we play my favorite new game that is sweeping the nation. I saw this on Ellen. We are going to play a fun game called Will He Eat Worms? Look at that, everybody. It's a mealworm. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You don't eat worms? Come on. I eat worms every day. Gummy worms. I don't eat mealworms, but let's see if Bubba will eat a mealworm. All I have to do is pretend that we are in the puddle. And if I put Bubba here and I put the worm right here, oh no, you gotta look at the camera there, Bubba. We'll see if he sees the worm. Does he want to eat? Oh, that was close. Did you see that? Yay! He ate a worm. That was fast though, but let's see it again in slow motion. There we go. I said slow motion. They never follow the script. He definitely eats worms, and as he gets bigger, he'll eat anything he can fit in that great big jaw set. Yeah, because he's still changing. Hey, wait a second. That reminds me. Would you guys like to see Bubba the Frog turn into a prince? Me too. You know what to do, readers. Pucker up. Did you kiss him? Hey, he didn't turn into a prince, but check out the smile on his face. He did turn into a very happy frog. Wait a second. The Frog Prince. That's one of those fairy tales by the Brothers Grimm. Have you ever checked out the Brothers Grimm? I wish you would. And parents, if you do, be sure to read them first before you read them to your kids. I think I know where the word Grimm comes from. Hansel and Gretel. Yes, the Brothers Grimm wrote fairy tales, and most of them are very dark and very grim. But the Frog Prince is a wonderful story because the princess turns the frog into a prince. But I'm going to tell you a secret about tales, Tales. Sometimes our best stories are a lot older than we think. The Frog Prince isn't originally the Brothers Grimm. No. See, there was a story from ancient Rome that was called The Frog That Became Emperor. Because if you look really closely at this frog, and I would never say this in earshot of the emperor because he would hurt me, but do you know who he looks like? Emperor Nero. Nero was kind of round, not an athletic man. Yeah, a little rotund, and he looked very much like a frog. So somebody wrote a story called The Frog Who Became Emperor. Well, fast forward a few, 100 years, and you get the Brothers Grimm writing about the Frog Prince. Do you guys know what the princess does to the frog to turn him into a prince? Here's the hint. She does not kiss him. It's much more grim. And parents, your homework assignment is go to the library, check out the Brothers Grimm, and read for yourself first. The librarians know what the princess does. It isn't kissing. It's grim. And now you have a homework assignment for later on this summer. I love the frog. Now, you don't have to like the frog, not the point, but you don't have to hate him either. Hate is a choice, right? Fear is a choice. You could choose to be afraid, or you could choose to open your mind, open your heart, maybe even open a book this summer. Yeah, you don't have to like the frog. He's slimy. He's different. I get it. But I have been watching your faces. And every time I show you something soft, cute, and furry, you guys all go, oh, that's so cute. You want to see another friend of mine that's soft, cute, and furry? You're going to love this one. She's soft. She's cute. She's oh so fuzzy wuzzy. And I know you're going to love her because everybody loves spiders, right? Oh no, you get back here, little Miss Muffet. You sit right back down in front of that computer. Hey, you don't have to worry, guys. I mean, come on, it's just a tarantula. It's not like I would ever take the lid off. I mean, that would be crazy, right? I mean, come on. Hey, it's not like I would ever let this tarantula just kind of walk out onto my hand or something, right? I mean, that would be crazy too. But look at her beautiful legs and the beautiful hair. She's called a curly haired tarantula. See how the hairs on her legs are kind of curly? I love they're like almost a peach kind of orangey color. She's a gorgeous spider. Oh, and here's something fun to do on a Zoom program. I can't do this at the library, but if I hold her like so, look at those fangs. Do you see them? Right there. They're black and curved and very, very sharp. That's what she uses to stab her food. And let's face it, you don't have to like spiders, but spiders eat bugs, right? So every time you step on a spider, you just make it that much easier for bugs to live in Kentucky. Bed bugs, cockroaches, right? Flies. Don't worry, guys. Come on. I mean, you don't have bed bugs and cockroaches in Kentucky. They're in Tennessee. No, they're everywhere. You know that, which is why we need spiders. You don't have to like them, but you weren't born afraid of spiders either. Somebody teaches us to be afraid. It's the tales that we're told. So maybe instead of, being taught to be afraid of a spider, maybe you should check out a different kind of tale, right? Who remembers Charlotte's Web? Oh, one of my favorites, E.B. White, Some Pig. You could get that on DVD at the library, but check out the book, way better. Oh, and how many of you have ever read Anansi in her African folktales? Anansi was a great big tarantula in Africa, a very wise, very mischievous little spider, but wonderful African folktales. Check them out the next time you're at the library. By the way, speaking of Charlotte's Web, do you see those two things right there? These are her spinnerets. Yeah, sometimes I can touch tricky tarantula's spinnerets, and look what she'll do. She'll give me silk. Let's see if she's going to do it today. She's been to a lot of programs here this summer. Is she giving me silk? I have to hold it up against the light. Hold on one second. I'm going to give it one more shot. She's not giving me any silk today. Oh, well. Nope, I'm not getting any silk. Her website must be down. Will you try writing script for this stuff? You think your job is so hard. I got to read this summer. Get the coupon for ice cream and a free book. You don't have to like spiders, but you don't have to hate them either. In fact, I think books are like that too. We all have a favorite book, right? Who likes books on princes and princesses and castles and magic? Is that you? Yeah. Who likes a good ghost story, right? Like Goosebumps, a spooky one. Yeah. Who likes a good mystery? Nancy Drew, Hardy Boys, something like that. Well, today, beloved, I have for you a mystery animal. Hey, we can only read because somebody else took the time to write. Who likes to read? Of course you do. Who likes to write? Yeah, I grew up telling lots of stories, like how my brother broke that lamp instead of me. It wasn't me. We learn how to tell tales, don't we? And today, I want you to make up your own story about the mystery animal. He's a, ta-da! Isn't he cute? Look at that face. And everybody always sees the tail and they guess lemur, right? Like a ring-tailed lemur, but this guy's no lemur. Check out those claws. Lemur is a monkey. Oh, this guy's a good climber. Look at him go. His name is Havoc because he wreaks havoc wherever he goes. Here's a hint. He's in the raccoon family. The raccoon family. That's the group that scientists put things in that they don't know what to do with. Yep. You've met a kinkajou at the library before. Remember Fern the kinkajou? Yeah, she's in the raccoon family. A panda is not a bear. It's in the raccoon family. Oh, yeah. And little Havoc here, he is also a member of the raccoon family. Oh, where'd he go? He was right here. Oh, yeah. He loves to sit on my shoulder because he's a climber. Hey, turn around. They're trying to watch the show. This guy here definitely wreaks havoc. And he's so comfortable being way up high in a tree. He is a, are you ready? Are you ready? He is a Coatimundi. Coatimundi. I'm going to spell it for you so you can look it up next time you're at the library. C-O-A-T, coat, I, Mundi, M-U-N-D-I, Coatimundi. You could call him Coati for short. And he's in the raccoon family. Yeah, maybe you'll write a story about what he eats. Yeah, he loves anything he can find, like a raccoon, sometimes called a trash panda. He lives in Mexico, Central, South America. So you'd find him in the rainforest. So maybe you'll write a story about the jungle and the mysteries that live in the jungle. Or maybe you'll just write a story about reading to a cute little baby animal. He's only 8 weeks old. He's just a baby, still on mom's milk. And we get animals young at Silly Safaris, like the fox, like the Coatimundi, so that they grow up learning how to do all the great programs that we do for you on Zoom. Going to Kentucky. Everybody say goodbye, Havoc. Havoc, the mystery animal, a Coatimundi. He's so much fun. What do you think kind of troubles that he could get into if he was playing in your home or in your backyard? Could make for a wonderful tale, right? It's fun to make up stories. In fact, make believe is a great way to spend the library summer reading. Let me ask you a question. Who likes Batman? Yeah. Who likes Superman? Yeah. Who likes Wonder Woman? Oh yeah, Linda Carter. I'm old school. Who likes Black Panther? See? Superheroes come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. But just like fiction, they're make-believe, aren't they? Right? They're not fairy tales or folk tales. They're comic books. Oh, we love them. Don't get me wrong. I love to read. But they're not real. I brought a real life superhero, and you get to see her up close. This is going to be everybody's favorite animal of the day. She actually lives in Kentucky. You would find her in a tree in your backyard because she's a superhero looking out for you. Of course, I'm talking about the little bitty baby possum. Look at this girl. Her name is Mabel, and she is a Virginia opossum, but you don't pronounce the O. You just say possum. The O is silent, like pee in swimming pool. I'm going to let that joke percolate for a minute until you all get it. Look at her, and she is a superhero. Even as a baby with this tail, that is some superhero strength right there. Am I right? That is a very strong tail for climbing and running around. Oh, you got something on your little nose. Mabel here is about 2, almost 3 months old, but that's not as long as she's been out of the pouch. She's only been out of the pouch for like 3 weeks, because when she's born, she looks like a little lima bean, a little kidney bean, and she has to wiggle right on up into mom's pouch. The possum is the only marsupial that lives in our country. So yes, Mabel here, she is special. And look at that face. Did you know that the possum, here's talk about superhero, they are immune to snake venom? If a copperhead or a raccoon bit little Mabel, she's immune. Snake venom does not bother the possum. We should study that. Did you know that possums don't get rabies? They don't. Their body temperature is too cold for the virus to work. They don't get rabies. That's one of the reasons everybody loves to hate them. And did you know that every week in Kentucky, the possum eats 4,000 ticks? Yay! That's how a possum looks out for you, by eating ticks, the same ticks that carry diseases like babesia and Lyme disease. Yeah, the possum is an amazing animal, always looking out for you. How can they eat so many ticks? Well, as they're walking through the forest every night, ticks get on them. Possums are always grooming themselves. They're very, very clean. Mabel's learning how to do programs and be petted. She's so young. We've only had her for a week here at Silly Safaris. But they also eat mice and rats, which have ticks on them. So the numbers add up really fast. Oh, and fun fact, if you scare Bugsy the dog, he'll run away. If you scare the crow, she'll fly away. But if you scare a possum, what do? They play dead. They play possum. And when they play possum, you cannot detect a pulse. You cannot feel a heartbeat. That's how good they are at playing dead. Yeah, the possum is an amazing superhero, which is why playing dead, you gotta understand, that's a great defense against the neighborhood stray. It doesn't work so well against a Buick. So if you see a possum on your next drive to the library, slow down. It might just be playing dead. Give it some space. Possums don't live a long time. So to be our superhero, they only live 2 years. They don't hibernate. Winter is very hard on the possum. 2 years is not a long time to be a superhero. But maybe now you'll write your own comic book about a possum. Everybody say goodbye, Mabel. She's going to go back into her little hide box. We use these little zippered pouches at Silly Safaris. I can wear her around the office while I talk to other great librarians and parents and things, and folks that want to schedule the Silly Safari show, and she'll get used to my heartbeat and my breath and everything else. Hey, we've seen a lot of animals today, haven't we? And each and every one, are they all different? And they're all special? Yeah, well, you know what? There's one animal that I just had to show you today. Why? Because it's another one that we cannot bring to Kentucky, and I'd be crazy if I didn't show him to you here. It's an alligator, an American alligator. He's just a baby too, and look at him. He's smiling at you. Isn't he great? Oh, look, he winked at you. Oh, he winked at you. I think he likes you for dinner. Hey, the alligator is a predator. Look at these teeth. These teeth are amazing. And the alligator, his eyes and nose are on top of his mouth. So as he's swimming around, looking, hiding in the water, he can see and breathe. Anything comes to the water's edge, and he knows how to hunt. Oh, so he gobbles it right up. Look at that throat. People always wonder, where's his tongue? It's right here. Do you see the big flap of skin on the back of his throat? He never swallows water when he swims. Right back there. Yeah. Pretty neat feature for an animal that lives in the water. Yeah. And at the library, maybe you want to check out a book on alligators, or maybe you want to read about Lyle Crocodile, because I think this guy is pretty amazing. And there's so many great stories about the swamp and alligators and crocodiles from all over the world. He is a very cool animal, and I'm glad you got to see him, because I could never bring him to Kentucky. Everybody say, see you later, alligator. Say, after a while, crocodile. People always ask me, Amazon John, what's the difference between an alligator and a crocodile? You know what the difference is? One, you're going to see a little later. The other, you see after a while. Actually, the difference is in the teeth. Notice something. The alligator has closed his mouth, and for the most part, you only see the top teeth. Alligators have kind of a big overbite, but when a crocodile closes his mouth, you see all of the teeth. The alligator has this upper jaw that kind of covers the bottom jaw, right? When a crocodile closes his mouth, they've got a notch right there. So that fourth tooth back, the egg tooth on the bottom, that one right there, that's the tooth that Junior here used to get out of the egg. On a crocodile, it grows nice and long, and it sticks kind of right up. You see more of the teeth. So check out people when they smile at the library next time you wave and say hi. If you can see all their teeth, they're a crocodile. If you can really only see the top teeth, then they're more of an alligator. Say, see you soon, you big raccoon. Who are you calling a raccoon? I am not a raccoon. I didn't even bring a raccoon. I did bring one more friend of mine I think you're going to like. And this one, you deserve it. It's a python. Look at that. I know what you're thinking. It looks like something my dog left me. No, this is a python. And even though he's all balled up, he's not a ball python. You were looking at what is called a Calabar python. They live in Africa. And let me just show you, somewhere in this Rubik's Cube of a snake, he's all balled up. To protect himself is his head and his tail. Hold on a second. Let me just, oh, yeah, there it is. Ta-da, check it out, everybody. That's his head. That's his head. What do you, hello, I'm Amazon John. I'm an animal expert. I think I know which is the head. This is the head, and this is the tail. Wait a second. I'm confused. They look just alike. What do you think, everyone? Which one is his head and which one is his tail? I don't know. Oh, wait a second. Do you see a set of eyes on one of them? Can you see the tongue sticking out from one of them? Ah, see that right there? Ah, you got it. Heads or tails. This is the head and this is the tail. The tail looks just like the head. Hey, another way we could have solved that little mystery would have been if I had just let the snake go back into his ball. It's the head that goes into the middle of the ball. It's the tail that sticks up. Now, in the wild, this little snake could wag his tail and other animals would think, it's going to get me. And they would leave him alone. That's a pretty neat way to protect yourself. That's why I love this snake. Oh, and this snake reminds me of one more tale I'm going to leave you with today. This tale is called The Boy and the Snake. It comes to us from our own Native American culture, right? The Apache tribe way out west in Arizona, New Mexico, places like that. One morning, the boy, first member of the tribe to wake up, he decided to go for a walk and explore. And as he stepped outside of his teepee, the frost crunched under his moccasins. Hey, not everybody knows this, but it can get very cold in the desert at night at certain times of the year. And as the boy walked along, the sun had just begun to rise in the east, and he saw it. A rattlesnake had been stuck out in the cold the night before, and the frost covered the snake too. Well, when the boy saw the snake, he stopped dead in his tracks. And when the snake saw the boy, the snake knew his only chance to live was for that boy to pick him up, hold him close, and make him warm. So the snake gathered up all the energy that he could. And he said to the boy, he said, "Excuse me, please, boy, pick me up, make me warm. I am so cold. Will you help me?" And you know what the boy said? I'm not picking you up. You're a rattlesnake. If I pick you up, you could bite me and then I could die. Well, the snake knew his only chance to live was for that boy to pick him up. So he made a promise. He said, "Oh no, I promise. If you pick me up and make me warm, I will not bite you. Do not let me die. For if I die, who will eat the mice?" Well, the boy thought about that for a minute. And one thing that Native Americans do understand probably better than most other cultures is that every animal has a job to play. Do you want to start eating mice? Not your job. Snake's job. So the boy said, "You promise? You promise that if I pick you up, you will not bite? You promise?" And that poor snake, on what was going to be his very last breath, all he could say was, "Oh, yes, I promise I will not bite you." So the boy knelt down, picked up the snake, held him close to his chest, his heart, to get the snake nice and warm. Funny thing happens when snakes get warm. They start to wiggle and move around a lot more. And that's when the boy knew he could set that snake right back down on the path where he found it. No sooner had the boy set the snake back down on the path than that snake reached right up and bit him in the arm. And the boy jumped back and said, hey, what did you do that for? You promised. You said that if I picked you up, you would not bite. You promised. You promised. And you know what that snake said? That snake was nice and warm and feeling pretty good about himself. He said, oh, yes, that is true. That is what I promised you. But you knew that I was a snake when you picked me up. Well, after hearing that story, do you think that Native American children wanted to run outside and pick up snakes? No, and I don't want you to run outside and pick up snakes either. No, if you see a snake near the house, go inside and get mom. Well, not to mess with the snake, but get your phone, take a picture. See, then you could go back to your library, and your amazing librarians, Bethany, Miss Shannon, they're going to help you find a field guide. And you could identify the very snake that lives in Kentucky, right there near your home or the library or all the wonderful places that you should be taking mom for a nature hike anyway. Hey, Father's Day is coming up, so get outside and play. Yeah. Oh, but don't forget, Mom and Dad would love it if you read a story to them. How many of you are going to read 5 books this summer? Oh, you already have? Yeah, of course you have. How many of you are going to read 50 books this summer? Nice. Okay. How many of you are going to read 500 books this summer? No, what is wrong with you? That's too many. Your librarians don't want you to read 500 books, do you? No, go outside, spend some time with nature. Have a reason to go check out a tale about one of your favorite animals with a tail. I got to ask you, my friends, did you guys have fun today? I know I sure did. And I bet as you've been sitting there watching, you've been maybe thinking of a question that you might have. And I know Miss Bethany, she's been kind of monitoring things. Thanks for the chats. I see that Jonathan loves foxes, and boy, yeah, the bird is not a magpie, it's an African crow, but magpies and crows are kind of in the same family. They're in the same group. They're called corvids, and they're the same group as ravens. Yeah, and I think even myna birds are pretty close to that type of a bird. So I love magpies too, but no, that's a African crow. All great questions. You guys are amazing. And keep reading. I know that your librarians love when you come in and have a tale to tell with them about your favorite tale. And of course, the animals have their own tales. So thanks for sharing all of your wonderful time with me this morning.
We do have a couple of questions for you, Amazon John.
Yay!
So the first one is from Kai, who is asking, where do you get your animals? Where do they come from?
It's a great question, Kai. I found them all in your backyard. No, they come from different places. See, the alligator was somebody's pet. Probably not a good idea to go to Florida and pick up a baby alligator, right? Or buy one at a pet store. It's cute. You're going to put them in the bathtub. It's all kind of fun until you need to take a bath. And then people try to rehome the alligator. So the alligator was somebody's pet. Now it lives with us. When he outgrows the big coolers we travel with, he's going to have to go live at a sanctuary. The snake I bought at a reptile show because I love this snake, just like my dog I got from a breeder. I don't want to go to a pet store just to buy a dog. The crow actually came from the World Bird Sanctuary in St. Louis. You do what I do for a living, you need the support of lots of friends and family to help you. The coatimundi, the possum, we bought them as very young animals. Remember, at Silly Safaris, we care about getting the animals young so they grow up doing what we do. Most of the animals, that means we have to buy them. It wouldn't do me any good to have a owl. Remember when I had the owl at the library that had been harmed with a broken wing or a missing eye or something like that? That's not going to be an animal that's going to trust people very well. It's a different kind of ministry. And I know in and around Louisville, there's so many great raptor rehabilitation places, right? People that help orphan deer or raccoons get back out into the wild. So lots of different ways that people can get animals. But at Silly Safaris, our emphasis is always on the education part and doing the program. So we need animals we can depend on, which is why this is a Calabar python and not a crazy big African rock python. Those things are just a little more, good question.
So speaking of the snakes, the question is, why are snakes so long?
Why are snakes so
long?
Long? Well, it depends. You know, this snake here, he's full grown and he's not very long at all. I think snakes come in all shapes, sizes, and colors, right? But if you're asking about the body shape, of course, they're nothing but ribs and backbone. and all of their ribs don't touch, right? They're like this. Ours touch in the middle. You can feel that bone right there in the middle of your chest, your sternum. Snakes need ribs that are going to be able to expand when they have to swallow something big, and they're long because the food will go into the mouth and then it has to go all the way through the snake to be digested and then come out the tail, for lack of a better word. Yeah, but snakes come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. Their body shape is just very long because they're nothing but ribs and backbone.
Excellent. Well, I don't see any other questions. If anybody has any last questions for Amazon John, you can type those in real quick.
Yeah.
We will say thanks
can...
everybody for coming, and we will put this video up so you can view it later and rewatch some of your favorite animals.
Oh, that'll be fun. You can share it with anybody that you know maybe missed the program, or if you have a favorite part, you can share that with the guests that come over. I know Grandma and Grandpa really want to see the snake up close. Yeah, and you can always email us with a question. You can write them down, and the next time you're at the library, I know that Miss Bethany would love to help you answer any questions that you have about animals.
Okay, thank you all so much for coming today. Thank you, Amazon John. Everybody give him a big round of applause. And
oh, you're so
Shannon,
kind.
do you have any other announcements you need to make?
Well, one thing I did want to say is Amazon John was talking about some of the local wildlife rehab. Actually, next week we have Second Chances, which is a local wildlife rehabber who's going to be here next week. So if you haven't signed up for that yet, you can always sign up for that, or sign up for any of our programs for next week. They're all open and available for you to attend.
Yay! Yeah, the Second Chance folks are great.
Yep. So they do a great job. So thank you so much.
Thank you, my friends. Keep reading. Have fun. We love you.